Okay, the view is a little bit crooked, but just ignore it. I'm going to try something, and it's what I'm trying. This is a hand crank. This is the 66-3 as a hand crank, and I've been filling in some of the stitching in the cross-hatching of the dog's image. But what I'm considering, and just brought up on Treadle On, is whether or not I can do hand crank embroidery. Now, I have a video up where I was using the Spartan and with a motor, and it's very easy. I do have a joining plate for the 66 if it comes to that. Right now I'm testing it on the cross-hatching instead of like a back and forth or long and short embroidery. Just to see, as Mia just put it, to see if I can rub my stomach and pat my head at the same time, or chew gum and walk at the same time. In your thinking, you're going to have to separate what one hand is doing and what the other hand is doing, possibly. So let's just, obviously the biggest thing with embroidery is being able to move the hoop correctly. So if I can do this with cross-hatching, I can probably do this with embroidery, but I'm not sure. Okay, so obviously that's just hand crank sewing. And I don't have the feed dogs covered right now, or I could be moving the hoop. But the whole challenge would be, this doesn't have reverse, so I have to back up. The whole challenge would be just being able to manipulate the hoop in the correct way. So I went here, I have to actually go here. So I would have to take this out, do the bottom section differently because it's hitting the thing, but I can do the line right next to it. So it limits a little bit how you can, when you have a hoop on there, you have to work in a smaller area and then move the fabric in the hoop. So now let me just lift this up, leave that stitch like that, and see if I can do this. I think this can be done. I'm going to go ahead and just keep cross-hatching. I think this could be done with a hand crank. You've got to clear out your backspace because I'm knocking over bobbin boxes with a hoop. I think it could be done. It may take practice. And like I said, you'd have to move the fabric in the hoop and do smaller sections at a time. But if I can do this with cross-hatching, I have a funny feeling I could do it with embroidery. Now, the dog's face I may do in silk thread and embroidery. So that's why I'm testing this out. And what that would do is further make the background look boring and just a background, and allow the dog's face to be, it would look a little more soft. I could also do the dog's face in silk and cross-hatching and let the color and the type of thread be the difference between the two areas. I think this can be done, and I'm going to be trying hand crank embroidery at some point in the future.